Hey cousins, it's your cousin Marquita back with another video. I know you see the title of the video, how to start an online boutique without a website. And this is mainly because, I'm sorry y'all, I'm at the mall waiting for my daughter, so I'm aware of my surroundings at all times. But some people may actually want to start an online business, but they're like, I don't have the funds to start my website. Even if I do have the funds to start my website, it's so complicated and I don't even know how to do all of this. Like, what is a simple, easy way to get started? So I'm going to tell you one way that I find is a way that is beneficial. It's easy, it's simple, it's practical. Well, first you would have to find a vendor, or you have to find a product to sell. Once you find a vendor or a product to sell, I want you to take a real life picture of yourself in that product, or one of your friends in that product modeling. You don't have to hire, you don't have to go to a studio and hire a photographer to take your pictures and the clothes and all that. You could really just use your iPhone, your smartphone, your whatever phone you have. You can use that for now, and just make sure you got a nice background. Some say it's best to do it outside. Me personally, I was doing things inside of my home, which I am going to do outside pictures as well, because I figured the outside lighting is the best lighting. But if you're inside and you don't want to be outside, try to invest in a ring light, or they have like box lights. Box lights are really good as well. And this is just like some of the same stuff that photographers use when they're taking pictures, but it's just to make things look more clear and precise. Because I mean, think about it. If you went on a website to buy clothing, you wouldn't want the pictures to be all dark and murky, and then it's like, how do you expect me to see what it is I'm buying? So you kind of gotta like get into that same mind frame. When I have my own, online boutique, I want people to actually, click on my pictures and see, wow. Speaking of online, you don't have to have a website. Just kind of invest in your, really pay attention to your Instagram. Get you an Instagram account that's strictly catered to your business. And I mean, no personal posts or none of your personal opinions about different things like politics or whatever. Really just have like a professional Instagram. And Instagram is free, so anybody can do that. And just really take your time with it. Like me, I'll have it where I post a picture of what I'm selling, and then I'll put a picture of my company logo. And sometimes I'll follow it with like other pictures of things that I'm selling. So you can do either that, or you could do it where like some people have like the left column, because it's 3 columns on Instagram. So like the whole left column is blocks of their logo, and then the next 2 columns are what it is they selling. Or some people just don't put their logo on there and they just do the 3. So you just post 3 different angles of what you're selling, and then the next 3 posts are 3 different items of things that you're selling. So that's a way to do it and then you might wonder like, well, dang, okay, so they get on my Instagram and they see an item and they want it. How are they supposed to get it? Most of the time people will DM you, and you could also set up your Cash App to go towards, to link up with that picture. Like put it in the description and say, well, if you're interested in this product, and put a name on your product. Don't just post a product and then expect the customer to describe what the product is. Like right now I'm doing winter sweater swag, 2-piece sets. So when they want that, a lot of times if they don't go to my website, they'll DM me, or they'll inbox me if you're doing Facebook, and they'll say, well, can I get a winter sweater swag 2-piece set? And that's just a way to make it simpler for you, so you don't have to try to figure out like, well, dang, which outfit do they want, which one they talking about. That's why you got to put your own name on. I mean, and get creative. Don't worry about what nobody say, who she thinks she is. She want to be naming stuff. Man, name it. Name the stuff and make it simple so that the customer will be able to describe what it is that they ordering from you. So let's say they go on your Instagram, they click on you can have a bubblegum 2-piece set, whatever it is, and they DM you, I want to order this bubblegum 2-piece set. And then they'll say what sizes you have. You tell them what sizes that you have. And it's a constant thing. Like, if you're not really prepared or got the tools to want to constantly communicate with people, I don't think that this would be something that's for you. But you're going to have to constantly communicate, especially if you don't have a website. You just got to be there engaging with people. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse to not have a website using Cash App, but when they DM you and they want to get the product, just tell them, you know, go ahead and Cash App me XYZ payment, because in Cash App it's like you can leave notes under the payment that you send in. So if you want to leave a message, you just tell your customer, include the size of the thing that you want, either the size or the size, the color, or the name, and their address, and they can fit all of that into the notes under it. And when they do size, it don't have to be like spelled out large. It could just be L. Like, you could put that as an example in your description under the picture. Like, when you Cash App me, for example, put L for large, comma, pink for the color of whatever it is that they get in, comma, their address. You, most of the time, you already gonna know their name from the Instagram, or, you know, if y'all DMing each other, they can get it that way. So it's pros and cons to that. The pros are you get your money quicker, but the cons are when it's time for you to package up the item, you have to either write out every order that you get. Like, you got to write down the name, you got to write down the address of who you sending it to, and you have to put that on the package physically because you don't have a website. So this is something that you're going to have to physically do. Also, what I was going to say is you could do click and ship. That's a simpler way, but still, you still got to type in, you know, the customer's name, that the address that you're sending it to, and then print it out. And I think click and ship is a little cheaper than actually taking your packages to the post office and getting them to, like, you know, print out your printing labels, your shipping labels. But click and ship will have it whereas though if you printing out your shipping labels at home, then once you're ready and everything is packaged and ready to go, that excuse me one second, let me drink some water. Once everything is packaged and ready to go, you could just go to the post office with your shipping label. Everything is intact. Oh, that was another thing I forgot to mention. You have to have a shipping scale. You need a shipping scale. I got mine from Amazon, but the shipping scale will give you an accurate amount as to how much your shipping is going to cost, because like some orders may be greater than others, and I don't know what you're selling. Some people may decide to sell shoes, which are kind of expensive to ship, because I think I had sold a pair of shoes for, I don't know what it was, but the shipping was like $20 some to ship. Yep. And it was going, and you gotta think about the distance too, because it was going across like on the West Coast. I think somebody really, really far had ordered from me, and I had to pay like $21, and I was like, why is it so expensive to ship? But I don't know, maybe you could save a few dollars with click and ship. And another thing is too, since you don't have a website, try to make sure that you are posting frequently, because you don't want to become like a person who has a rhythm with posting on Instagram, and then all of a sudden you go to nothing. Like, your customers are not seeing nothing, and then in their minds they're going to think like, well, dang, is this really real? Is this a scam? I mean, you know, like when people see consistency, then they start to trust you. And I've noticed that. I think someone told me, like, in a book that they were reading, it was about like sales secrets, like secrets to get in the sale. And one of them was, if your customer sees your advertisement 7 days consistently, then they will be more likely to buy from you. So if you're consistent, with your posts. And most of the time, from what I've noticed when I make sales, people like the fact that you're actually wearing the item. They don't necessarily want to see like excuse me, a stock photo like from a vendor, like it's like really white and it's a mannequin wearing the clothes. Like they really want to see it actually on you so that they can kind of like picture themselves in it. So that's what I do. But I would say post every day too. Now you gotta kind of like figure out how many products you want to sell, and I'm sorry, but you gotta figure out how much how many articles of clothing that you want to sell and how much you're willing to spend on clothes. Like me, like, you know what I can tell you to do? If you don't want to waste a whole bunch of money on all these different clothes because you're brand new, you're just starting out, and you don't even know how your clothes are going to sell or how good they're going to do. One thing that you could do is order, like find you a vendor, see how quick you receive that delivery. So let's say your vendor sends things out within 2 weeks or something like that, 2 weeks, and you order that one item for yourself or your model, whoever is modeling your clothes. You post a picture of that, and then people start to order. You could tell them they'll receive their stuff within 2 to 3 weeks or something like that. That way it gives you like an ability to still sell, be consistent, and it gives you the ability to constantly introduce new things. I have done that. I've also done it where you order multiple items and sell those multiple items, not knowing if they're going to sell or not. But that's part of having faith. I mean, if you think about it, you got this in you because it's a desire that you have. Like, people don't just wake up one day and say, I'm gonna sell clothes. Well, some probably do, and they don't stick with it. But for those of us who actually do it and stick with it, then I believe that that's a desire that was given to you by God. And if you think about it, most of the time, if you're the one that's trying to sell clothes, you probably was shopping a lot yourself. Like, you was shopping for yourself. You wasn't even thinking about making money. You just like, I just like to look nice. I like nice things. So, I mean, that's just something that you did. But now you doing it because you about to get that bag. You try and get your coins. And it is nothing wrong with that. You don't have to explain nothing to nobody. You don't have to get nobody's opinion. You don't have to get nobody's permission as to when you should start, why you should start. Just start, sis. Just start. Like me, I'm not where I want to be right now, but I know that I'm on the way to getting to where it is that I want to be. But I know not doing nothing is not going to get me no closer to where I want to be in life. Think about it. Like, I remember one pastor said, because he was talking about breaking the spirit of poverty off your life. And I'm sorry I'm going off a subject, but God is my everything. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. And anytime I get a word of wisdom, I'm going to share. But he was saying that, excuse me one second. He was saying that the key to breaking the back of poverty or breaking the spirit of poverty is giving in your tithes and your offerings. And he also said, well, some people may say, well, oh, I'm not going to do that. The church is always trying to get somebody money, this, that, and the other. He was like, okay, well, be broke. And how's that working for you? And it had me thinking, like, you're right. Because being broke does not work for me. And it doesn't work for nobody that I know of that's broke. So if you want to get out of that spirit of poverty, start giving your tithes and your offerings. Give your tithes and your offerings. And be consistent with this business. Like, if this is something that you want to start having 50 or so bags you deliver it every day, and be consistent. Just be consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent. I mean, post that somewhere. Be consistent. Be consistent. But that's how you can start your online boutique without a website. If it's any more questions that you have, just leave them in the comments, send me a message, and I'll get back to you. But until our next reunion, bye, cousins.